Greetings to all of you internetians. This is Piano Bar Live, where we all connect with live music. The show starts now.
Hey everybody, how are you? I'm John Richardson. I'm so happy to be here. I'm going to play two songs for our honored guest tonight, Elena Bennett, and I am going to play, I hear that she likes Sammy Cahn. Yay! I'm so happy to be here. So I'm going to play two Sammy Cahn numbers, and then I'm so excited to get to chat with Scott. And so here we go. This is a song called Teach Me Tonight. And I know it because I love Blossom Dearie. And I love the... Yay, okay, good. Oh, thank you, Elena. Oh, good. Well, listen, I love Blossom Dearie. She has my favorite version of this song. So every time I do this song, I think about her. Did you say I've got a lot to learn? Well, don't think I'm trying not to learn, since this is the perfect place to learn on Piano Bar Live. Teach me tonight, yeah. Starting with the ABC of it, right down to the XYZ of it. Help me solve the mystery of it. Teach me tonight. Oh, you guys like Blossom Dearie too? Well, the sky is a blackboard high above you. If a shooting star goes by, I'll use that star to write I love you 1,000 times across the sky. One thing isn't very clear, my love. Should the teacher stand so near, my love? Graduation's almost here, my love. Teach me tonight. Hey, yay! That song is so good. And it's kind of sexy. A little bit. That's true. Yay. Fun. I hope that sounded okay. Yes, very sexy. I just have one more song to do, and then I can't wait to get to say hi to my friends here on Piano Bar Live and watch the whole show. I got to see the sound checks, and so I'm so excited to see all of the numbers. Well, thank you, Mark. Thank you so much. Thank you for watching. And the next song I'm going to do, the English words are by Sammy Cahn, and it's a song called By Mere Beast to Shane. It means that you're grand. It's a fun song. It's good. Yes, it's good. Now, if you would take a minute and help out Scott and share this video. So just go down and if you're watching on Facebook, you press share. You just press it, and it's so easy. And if you share it, then more people get to see it, and we'll get to enjoy all the music and all the fun stories tonight. So please make sure that you share this video with your friends. Now, this is a fun song. I know the Bette Midler version of it. I hope that doesn't get me in trouble. She has great versions of all these tunes. Of all the boys I've known, and I've known some, until I first met you I was lonesome. When you came in sight, dear, my heart grew light, and this old world seemed new to me. You're really swell, I have to admit. You deserve expressions that really fit you. So I racked my brain hoping to explain all the things that you do to me. By mere beast to shame, please let me explain. By mere beast to shame means that you're grand. Now let me tell you one more time now. By mere beast to shame, diddy. Again I'll explain. It means that you're the fairest in the land. Now listen here. I could say Bella, Bella, even say Valentine. wunderbar. Each language only helps me tell you how grand you are. By mere bist du schön. Well, I've tried to explain, so kiss me and say you understand. Yeah, I could say Bella, Bella, even say wunderbar. Each language only helps me tell you how grand you are. I tried to explain, by me bist du schön, so kiss me and say you understand. Yes, sir, well, kiss me and say you understand. Ooh, yeah. Well, those are my 2 songs. And I'm John Richardson. It was a pleasure to be here. And I can do an encore if you'd like to. That's fine too. There, Scott, how are you?
Go. Hey, John.
How are you? Good to see you.
I'm doing well. Good to see you.
Hey, Tony, what's up?
Hey, I was just enjoying what you were doing. If you can get back into toggle.
Yep. I think I did it.
Yes, you did.
There we go.
Yay.
So, John, you're back in Provincetown.
I'm back in Provincetown. I was on a whirlwind trip. I went home to Minnesota, which is where I grew up. And now I am back home in Provincetown, and I do a lot of virtual shows. I do a thing called Virtual Piano Bar, which is a dear friend to Piano Bar Live. So I did a few shows from home, but I'm really happy to be back home in my own little setup in my own studio. And so,
John, we are so happy to have met you. Before the pandemic, we didn't know who you were, and then you started right away, very early on, with a virtual piano bar, and then you've grown it, and now the virtual piano bar platform is exquisite. You really,
thank you.
And you've brought a lot of our friends onto that platform, including Michael Mackesy and
That's right.
Joe Regan and David Mayoko. These are all piano players from the New York scene that are getting exposure on your platform, and as well as your own show. In the day, we would, we would travel, and we knew all the piano players, and then every now and then a new person would come in to the scene, and we would all spread the word. You have to see so-and-so playing over at the Five Oaks or wherever they were.
Right.
And that's kind of how this feels. I'm thrilled to be able to introduce you to the crew that's coming up. A lot of old timers out there. But when we get to Provincetown,
yes,
we're gonna. And Provincetown very safe last year.
That's right. We did, and we're going to do the same again this year. But I can't wait to meet you and Tony. And what's funny is, I feel like I've made so many friends through these platforms of people I've gotten to work with, like you guys, and then the people on Virtual Piano Bar. We have just amazing artists almost every night of the week performing. We've got a little crew of awesome folks, and so that's been a lot of fun. But I'm so excited to be in person and meeting you guys and all the other performers on the platform who I've never met before, which feels very weird.
It's okay. And you're
2020, 2021.
Yeah, totally.
Don't roll anymore.
Right.
You're gonna be going live and at the Crown and Anchor. Is that right?
Yeah, I've got a bunch of shows in the back. They built a theater in the back space. I'm doing a show of all Broadway, a show of all Elton John and Billy Joel music with another performer on Virtual Piano Bar, and then a show of all Dolly Parton music. So that's
for everyone.
The gamut. Yeah.
Excellent. And so, John, do me a favor. Let everybody know what nights they can see you on Virtual Piano Bar.
Yeah, thank you, Scott. Well, you can see me tomorrow, 5 o'clock, with my singing partner, Peter Donnelly. We do a folk duo. It's like Gay, Simon, and Garfunkel.
Enough said.
Gay, Simon, and Garfunkel.
I like that. That's a great pitch.
True.
That covers it.
And that's the guy. And my dog will be there too. I have a beagle, and he's very excited about the Dolly Parton show. That might happen. There it goes. I'll introduce you, and then he'll stop barking, and then we can say goodbye.
Yeah.
We can be. By the way, I like dogs better than people, I think, at this point, for sure.
I think this deserves some full screen.
Beagles are great.
This is Teddy. He's such a good boy. He wants to go outside. I don't know why.
We all want to go outside, John. So,
That's
John,
right.
what a pleasure to have you open the show for us tonight.
Thank you.
Indeed.
It's a pleasure to be here and among such acclaimed company. Thank you for doing this, and I love watching your show, so thank you for having me on. I appreciate it. And Teddy says thank you too.
And we're going to try and make it up to Provincetown.
Please let me know before you do. I'd love to go out for a fun coffee or cocktail or something like that.
Excellent. All right, John. Have a great night.
Thanks, guys. Bye.
Thanks so much for visiting us again.
Bye, Tony. Thank you.
Started us off right.
Yeah.
Have a good night.
See ya.
Tony.
Little Sammy Kahn to get things started.
Yeah, we got a little Sammy Kahn because I know that's one of Elena's favorite composer lyricists. So we are getting ready for the corner. Before I turn it over to you, I want to add just a couple of words for everybody.
Sure.
Firstly, as was asked, if you can try and share at the bottom, hit that share button so that everybody can see what's happening here tonight. And also, folks, it's really important. It's very helpful for us when you can make a virtual tip. And all of the people that are from the piano bar world know, how important that is. Leaving a piano bar without dropping something in the bowl was unheard of. It did happen, but it was unheard of. And one of the things I would like to make sure that you all know is that I also publish a website called Nightlife Exchange. Any virtual tips over $20 will be applied towards banner advertising on that site. So anybody out there that's got a show coming up, live or virtual, please help and support us. So I'm going to turn it over to Tony. He's going to give you all of the specs on that. And I think, Tony, did you get a chance to check out that other piece from that plug that Carolyn had asked about?
Oh, no. I've been working backstage. I've been keeping things afloat, man.
It's all good. Take your corner, and then I'll take care of it later on.
That sounds great. Thank you, Scott.
Excellent.
Hey, everybody. So Scott gave a wonderful introduction to the most important reason why I am here, which is to remind folks that the most significant way that you can show your support is by giving what you can to our virtual tip bowl. We try to make it easy in giving you two places where you can give virtually. That's PayPal and Venmo, and every penny of it goes to making the show just keep going and growing. We're at 77 shows today, and we have every intention of seeing that number double and beyond. In addition I'll thank you in advance for giving what you've been able to give. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. Our YouTube folks, our Facebook folks, our Broadway on Demand folks, we love seeing you week after week. And what I really love is seeing that chat light up. You know, this is Piano Bar, right? Just because it's virtual, it's still Piano Bar. So what do? We connect with live music, but we also connect with old friends and new friends. So please say hello to your old friends and make a new friend. Everyone there is equally delightful. So I'm sure you'll find someone who you will just adore. So again, PayPal, Venmo, I will also drop that information for you in the chat. But as I said, we're here to connect with live music and connect with the people that make live music happen. So I'm going to get Scott back on here so we can keep the show going.
I am here.
All right.
I'm so excited about tonight.
I know.
Let's bring on Elena Bennett.
Hello.
Hi, Elena.
Hi, Scotty. How are you?
I'm doing well. Welcome to Piano Bar Live.
Thank you for having me here. I'm thrilled to see you.
It's good to see you. And, you and I have a lot of history and a long history together. So it was a thrill, actually, to put the show together because I got to go back through time and enjoy a lot of the stuff that we did in our day. I would venture to say, Elena, I don't use the word lightly, but we are probably legendary individuals from the day of Piano Bar in old New York. So
yes, not light legends either. Yes,
and we did a lot of stuff that was really cool, and we experienced a lot of stuff that we weren't that we wouldn't have if we hadn't have been in the piano bars, and we made so many friends.
Absolutely.
In those days, we didn't get a lot of, we didn't record things as much as we do now, which is like everything.
Exactly. So when we have video and that we come across, it's like gold.
Yep.
But it's all here in our heads.
Oh, the memories are all there. Very vivid. So one night, you were working at one of the premier, if not the premier, cabaret piano bar in New York, 88's. And somebody came in with one of those big old-fashioned VHS cameras.
Oh, right. Yes.
And walked up and announced themselves and met you, and then you kicked in. You and your partner there that evening. I'm not going to reveal, but we're going to just go to that video, and we're going to see what happened there at 88's.
Wonderful. Yes, that was quite a night.
Tony, bring it on.
Or, by the way, my name is.
Right.
You know, something that is.
Are we rolling here?
We're rolling. We're rolling.
My name is Elena Bennett, and this is the wonderful.
Wait.
I'm hanging.
Okay, so everybody's set? They got their drinks? You ready to sit back and enjoy? Okay, let's do it.
First speed.
My name's Elena Bennett. This is the wonderful Fred Barton behind me. And we always like to give people a piece of our mind. We have a little bit of advice to offer to anybody as to what they should do. Make someone happy. Make just one someone happy. And you will be happy too. Make someone happy. Make just one someone happy. Make just one heart to heart. You sing to one smile that cheers you, one face that lights when it nears you, one love your everything. If you win it, comes and goes in a minute. Where's the real stuff in life to cling to? Love is the answer. Someone to love is the answer. Once you found them, build your world around them. Make someone happy.
That was fun.
Just the usual night there at 88's, huh?
That's what we used to do all night long. Was the best possible vocal workout and also just the most fun imaginable. You never know who was going to come in, and
so many people came in, and was a family there for sure. Regulars that came by, and then the visitors that came in, a lot of amazing people, performers,
who then often became friends too, just from coming in and hanging out. There was just such a great energy in that space. And
it was absolutely an amazing space. Yeah. And we're going to bring your orchestra on now to say hello.
Oh, wonderful! Bring in the band.
Hi, Elena. Hi, everybody out there. Good to see you.
Here's Fred Barton.
Wonderful to see you, honey.
Hey, Fred.
Good to be back. Thanks.
Nice work with Smile. You did, adding those little touches to the stuff that you did musically by, it was just an amazing and impromptu, right? Or is that part of it?
Yeah, it's impromptu. I mean, we'd gravitate towards our arrangement, but whenever we did a tune, I mean, Elena would say, do you know such and such? And I'd say, of course I know such and such. Or I'd say, do you know such and such? And she'd say, of course I know such and such. And we just do it. And I knew her voice well enough, I could just get her key, and we would just spin out an arrangement off the top of our heads. And I don't think piano in my head when I'm playing. I literally, Nelson Riddle's in my head.
And that was the best part about it, is that I don't hear just piano when I'm singing. I hear the versions of the songs that that meld together, and he would just play them, and we'd take, if we heard one that we both knew the Ella Fitzgerald version of something, which we almost always did, we would take that and run with it and do something else, or add somebody else's in with it, and then bring our own thing. And
because we not only knew the same songs, we knew the same arrangements. So
exactly.
Listen, you guys,
common reference, and look at the two of us performing for the however many years that was at 88's, both in our private fantasy land. She's hearing an orchestra. I'm playing an orchestra.
Yeah.
You were a dynamic duo, and then you coupled and you did many you had a night together that you basically built.
Tuesday night.
A salon.
Yeah. And we very unpretentiously called it the Bennett and Barton Song Salon.
No pretense whatsoever.
Listen, there was a person that was very instrumental in making all of that happen. Because we need a venue, right? And we had a great venue there because of our next guest who's popping on for us now. So, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Rochelle Selden.
Hi, guys.
Rochelle.
Hi, sweetheart.
Unchanged by time.
Beautiful as ever. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous.
Oh, how great.
Rochelle, thank you.
People are in front of me.
I'm going to cry like crazy.
Don't cry, honey. You'll make me cry.
So the magic of 88's revisited in a from somebody walking in with that VHS camera that night.
What are the chances of that having been recorded? Remember, there were no iPhones or anything like that. So
I know these kids.
There's no video of anything.
Most of the stuff from 88's is on archive with Michael Schrader.
Oh, really? Oh.
Yeah, he used to film everybody all the time, but he's got an archive of all of us.
I mean, that's the only tape of myself that I've seen from 88's. And to
that archive and get some of that footage out there, because clearly some of the amazing stuff that literally was every night, 7 nights a week. And you never knew, you kind of knew who the schedule was. You could stop into 88's and you would see amazingness.
And it was very different from night to night too, because every pianist had his own carved out personality and sort of musical world, and his singer. So every night was quite different when you went in.
And you never know who might be sitting in the audience.
No, we had amazing night. We had lots of lovely comments coming in.
Elena, the night Phyllis Diller came and spent some time with us.
Loved that. Was such a blast. Yes,
and she got us to talk to the audience, and she was not doing stand up. She was just being herself. And she had been a concert pianist earlier in her life. So she just had a ball, and we had a ball just listening to her talk about the old days.
Yeah, she was something else.
The times that we actually landed in the piano bars and in the cabaret world were incredible because we did have a lot of those classic models, you know, those people that had actually really, I mean, been in some of them starting in vaudeville and then making their way through the whole process of what show business was in the 20th century and still around, stopping in and visiting in the piano bars and we getting to know them. And that was an incredible opportunity for us.
And the original duplex was Joan Rivers. Who else? Barbra Streisand. I mean, it was the people that came out of the original duplex is insane.
Yep.
Yeah, us.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what I wanted to say. So you guys actually are part of that, you know, this is what we give to the kids. I know that I say kids, you know, they're not kids anymore, but that feeling of what we did in the piano bars was so strong and powerful. And I hope that the message here, one of the messages here is that we need to, when we get back into the piano bars, to get us, we'll be there as well, I'm sure. I know that Fred and Elena are still performing. Rochelle, you're down in Florida.
Yeah.
And you are operating a restaurant.
Correct.
Feeding.
Yep.
And
Fresh
taking
Market
care
Cafe,
of
breakfast and lunch.
And nurturing. And how do people find that? Because we do have a lot of viewers down in Florida. And if you're hungry, this is a place that you should pick up or get delivery from, right?
No delivery. Well, I don't deliver to anybody.
Okay. So they have to come by. Where are they
have
going?
to come by. They have to come by. Fresh Start Cafe is at 630 South Orange Avenue in Sarasota in the Burns Court District. It's kind of an artsy-fartsy area.
We like that.
Yeah. Kind of like Old Village, but a little more spread out.
Excellent. So when we come down to Florida, which we will be doing soon, when we can get out of here, we plan on visiting Leslie Anderson down in Tampa Bay area.
That's not far away. And Mark Allen is right here.
Mark Allen is there and all. So we're coming for lunch.
Okay, I'll feed you.
Excellent. No, you have fed us for so many years and just on the memories of what we had the opportunity to be a part of, starting with you at the duplex, which is where I first saw you, and then 88s, and then all of the other things that have happened since then. Thank you.
You're welcome. You were just a baby, Scott, and you'll always be my baby.
I learned at your feet. Do you remember, Rochelle, the night you started me in piano bar?
Oh my God, Fred, you are one of my favorite memories.
Well, the thing is, I was a very shy customer, as Elena can attest. I'd sit on the end of the bar near the exit, and Elena she was my bartender then. We didn't really know each other. And she'd give me my scotch. And I eventually got up the courage to do one number. And that was it. And one night you called me and said, Fred, there is not one piano player in our Rolodex that will play tonight. Would you come and do it? And I was like, Rochelle, I'm only good for 10 minutes. I only have 10 minutes of material. I can't sit there. I can't do piano bar.
Right.
And you sure could.
Well, that's what you said. You insisted, there's nothing to it. And you said, what did it is you said, I will sit with you and I will sing and I will help you. So I thought, okay, I've got to help my friends. So I went down there and I played everything I knew. And 10 minutes had gone by. I was like, oh my God, this is going to be awful. And then you came and sang that. And then I played some more. And then I looked at because the set was 9 to 3. It was a 6-hour shift.
Correct.
So now I'm at 9:25. And I'm thinking, oh God, this is still but then someone else got up and sang, and then you sang again, and then I sang again, and then I played a couple more songs. And then I looked at my watch and it said 3 a.m. And
you were the only one who ever did Tenderloin for me.
Oh, that's right. That Tenderloin, the Broadway show.
Yep,
we all knew things that the average performer doesn't necessarily know. And I was the show guy. I was Broadway shows oriented.
Which is what we wanted. That's exactly what we wanted.
And standards with Elena, like the older standards. Yep. We each had our little niche. And when I worked with Jerry White, we had our own sort of set chemistry in a different area.
Absolutely. You could set your watch by Karen Miller, and that was my favorite thing about it.
Yeah.
If you walked in at 11:10, you knew what she was going to be doing, and that's exactly what people wanted.
But if you hadn't pushed me that night, none of this would have happened, because the next week, someone needed to take off or something, and you called me or somebody called me and said, "Would you fill in?" I was like, now I was confident because I'd done it once, and I said, "Well, who's the singer?" Meaning
You were the find of the century, Fred Barton.
I said, "Who's the singer?" Meaning like who's on the floor, who's the waitress who's slinging the drinks and going to sing and stuff, and you said Elena Bennett, and I said, "I'll be there in 5 minutes."
There you go.
And that's how it all began. And that's when we found out just how much we had in common.
And the rest,
songs.
And the rest was history, right? The rest is history. So one of the other things that was amazing about 88s was the fact that there was a cabaret room upstairs, and that gave the opportunity for people that had that were working there, as well as it was an open room for booking, an opportunity to be creative and to bring shows into the room.
It's a great room. I did at least 4 or 5 shows there, different shows. Wonderful room, best room in the town.
We're gonna move on to one of the shows that was there at 88. Rochelle, thank you again.
You're welcome.
I love you.
I love you guys so much. You have no idea.
Thank you for my whole family of our life.
33rd anniversary, guys.
Yeah.
33 years since we opened tomorrow.
Wow.
Oh my God. Tomorrow.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Yep.
Oh my God.
Smile pretty, guys. We're gonna do it again someday.
You bet.
So we're going to let you get back to the rest of the show. We'll see you all later. We're going to have a group chat at the end. But Elena and Fred also sit back and kick back and watch a little bit of this magic that happened up in the cabaret space at 88.
What, dude?
On an island far away, so the old world legends say, sat wicked sirens all day long, singing the sweet, deceitful song. Mariners came sailing near, heard that song so soft and clear, answered the call that lured them all. And upon the reef came straight to grief. Passed away, sirens are a myth, they say, but you still find them nonetheless, singing to rain modern dress. Just the same they set their snare, sweetly smiling, false and fair. Turn not their fear when you are near. Or upon the reef, you'll come to grief. Pay no attention to those wicked sirens. They will make you wretched with their loose behavior. Do not look at them, I beg you. Do not listen. Oh, perilous thing. And I
Well, we're back.
That was an incredible experience and wonderful to see that. I'm so glad that that I managed to find that. That was a show written by John Richard Thompson, who's an incredible author, playwright, as well as he's written a bunch of books lately on autism. And he and Bobby Pico, who also was an 88's spectacular pianist and personality, created that miracle of a show, just this surreal, hilarious, devastatingly beautiful musical fantasia, they called it, Eric and the Snow Maidens. And those were my Snow Maidens. I played Eric, and those lovely ladies behind me were Gentry Clausen, Liz Manners, and sad to say, the late de jour Kenna, who left us not too long ago. And what a delight to perform that. It was just really just one of the best experiences of my life.
So let's bring on Bobby Pico.
Wonderful.
Hi.
Hey there, Mistress Corellia.
Yes.
Bobby,
yes. I
Bobby,
look about the same now as I did when the way I was dressed in that show, actually.
I'm sorry you're not. I think it would have been super to see it like that.
So I have to say that is one of my, I think, if not one of my absolute favorite vocal arrangements I ever did. I'm so glad you picked that. I agree with you. It's spectacular work. And you were also amazing in it. It was one of the highlights of my life, really. So there's the same. It's, it was this tiny little show up at 88's, but man, so much love in that show.
You'll be happy to know that a Broadway dresser once came in and said to a friend at the Booth Theater, you won't believe it, but the best show I ever saw was called Eric and the Snow Maidens, and there were no effects or anything, and no scenery, and it was just still the lowest budget, but the best show I've ever seen. It was so creative. John was so creative in his directing of it. His directing of it as well as the writing. Yeah, his directing was spectacular.
John is a humanitarian as well, traveling everywhere and taking care of so much and saying so much. He's just what a wonderful person. Yeah. He's just kept things going. He came down here like about 3 weeks ago. He was down here and stayed with me for a few days. It was really nice to see someone in person.
Right.
Nice. So that show, again, as we said, one of the great things was that working in the piano bars, you got to meet enough people and sit and communicate. And I'm wondering, so when did the collaboration on that start? Did it start over at a piano bar over drinks, or?
Wow, I can't remember now. He had this idea. I know where it came from, and it's telling tales out of school, because it was a direct result of having seen somebody's show that I had music directed, that he found just to be the most boring thing ever. And he said, "We got to shake things up." I'm not going to say who the person was. He says, "I want to break all the rules." And he did, and you guys did. And he brought it to Irv and told him about it, and Irv Rabel, and Irv just said, "Okay." He said he'd get resistance of wanting to do something so kind of out there.
Irv being one of the owners of 88's and the man that booked. Amazing talent at the Duplex and then at 88's. Another person that we've lost, but created, what it is that we all did and what we still do and what we love. And Eric and the Snow Maidens was absolutely shocking when it first opened. It was so different than everything else that was happening. Loved the show.
We thought he was going to get run out of town on a rail, or people are going to love it.
I remember you were workshopping at 88's with Heidi playing Eric. Heidi.
Yes, Heidi and Ginny McMath was in it.
And Ginny McMath were in it.
They moved to California.
And I said I went to see it, and then I had to go bartend over at Barrow Street Ale House, and I was just blown away by it. And I'm like, okay, I have to run to work, but you have to come over afterwards because I have to tell you how fantastic the show is. And you all came over, and I just kvelded for hours and hours at you and fed you drinks.
And amazing
And then
collaboration.
they moved out to California, and you redid the show and asked me to audition. Yeah, I'll audition.
Yeah.
So listen, hey guys, we have a mystery guest coming on now.
I thought it was me.
No, you're not the mystery. Let's see, Tony, you want to bring our mystery guest on?
You're always mysterious to me, Bobby. Liz Manners! Hello, beautiful.
I'm a snow maiden.
You are a snow maiden. How gorgeous you look.
I'm a snow maiden.
Hey, you are, you and I.
Oh, how nice.
Oh, what a nice surprise. I had no idea you were going to be here. Yay.
That's why we have a mystery. The mystery has been revealed. And Liz, you also did so much working in the piano bars as a waitress and all, and also then got into doing the cabaret shows, and then obviously in this cast of Eric and the Snow Maidens, which was a pretty, like I said, it was shocking. It was such a different format and something that made other people actually up their game.
It was one of my favorite shows of all time.
Oh, you were so
Josephine and my flying machine.
Both casts were so wonderful. You were all just so good.
It was great. But Bobby, honestly, your arrangements were outrageous. I mean, I love doing all those harmonies and, you know, the difficult, beautiful harmonies. And I just loved your arrangements. And I just loved John's writing and the great choreography. And Elena, you just were incredible. And the other gals were great. And it was just funny and it was surreal. And it was just right up my alley in terms of, you know, I like to do off the chart kind of stuff. So it was, I just loved it. And,
surreal is a good word.
And the audiences loved it. So
surreal is a good word.
Remember Dash, Auntie Dash, who most people know. And you know, he can't keep still. If he likes something, he is very effusive in his vocalness as an audience member. And we thought he hated it, like he was making fun of it, but he was like a puddle, a mess, crying. And he came back and saw it almost every show. He kept coming back and bringing people back, and that's how I first met Dash.
It was that kind of show.
It was great.
I loved it too. Gosh.
So good to see you all.
Liz, you're happily married. You have a career. You do. You have won awards for what you're up to. And
is Phil there?
He is here.
Hi, Phil.
Hey, Phil.
I'm
guys.
How are you,
sweetheart?
in the recording booth right now. He's a narrator. He narrates books. So I'm
Sounds wonderful. Love his stuff.
Thank you.
I want to give Liz the space back, but I wanted to say hello as long as you called me in. And just also wanted to say that was one of my favorite shows ever. I came almost every night to see that show because I thought it was absolutely spectacular.
Oh, thanks.
That was a fantastic show. I loved the music. I loved the arrangements. Elena, you were incredible. It was, my wife wasn't half bad in that. It was a spectacular piece of theater. I really, really enjoyed that. I just wanted to say that. I don't want to take up your guys' time. But yeah, he's married happily, and we're doing well. Good to see everybody.
I don't show my kids a lot of stuff that I've done, but the 3 pieces of Eric and Snow Maidens that are floating around, I did show them.
Thank you, Liz. Thanks for stopping by and surprising Elena and Bobby and everybody else.
Oh, it was so nice.
Surprise. Yeah. Can't wait to see you for real.
Next time I talk to John, I'm going to tell him I saw you here.
We're going to take a short break from the Elena Fest now, and we're all going to meet somebody that we've had on Piano Bar Live before. So you guys go back to the green room or chat back there. I think Tony, I think that we have exceeded the number of chat by at least twice the amount that usually happens in the green room. So there's a lot of stuff going on back there, a lot of buzz. Hey, by the way, I apologize. There seems to be buzz coming from my location. So I'm going to try and fix that on this next break. But you guys have a great night. We'll see you back. Bobby, I'll see you back at the end. All right. We're gonna do an all chat, an all skate. And Liz, if you'd like to hang around, you can pop back on. We'll catch you a little bit later. Elena, don't go anywhere. This is the time to have a Schlimpy. which was the
I've
drink
got my
of the day.
Powerade.
Excellent. And we're gonna be back with you all shortly. So Tony.
Yes.
I by the way updated my system, and apparently it's having some issues. So as we know, we have to go forward. I'm going to go out of the studio and then come back in during this time. Okay.
All right.
I'm nervous. I'm not abandoning ship.
Come back.
But here we are at this point in the show. It's our pleasure to have returning to the Piano Bar Live. This is the first time that he's coming on our streams. He has been live at Brandy's back when we were in Brandy's. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's take a listen to and welcome this performer coming up. Perfect. I wanted him for St. Patrick's Day, but we couldn't get him. But I got him on tonight.
He's good all year round. I'm sorry. Say it again.
Connell.
One more time.
Mr. Tim Connell.
Hello, Facebook Live. Coming to you from the Pico Studios in the heart of Times Square, myself, and behind me is my musical director, friend, and pianist, James Followell. It goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway, we have been through one friggin' heck of a year. I have, funny thing, lived next to this park, Fort Tryon Park, for the past umpteen years, and it's only been in the last year that I've actually found myself exploring and enjoying every nook and cranny of the park. Making lemon out of a lemonade year, right? The other day I was walking through the park and I actually was aware of, no surprise, flowers bursting through the soil. Spring is in the air. And always, every time spring comes around, I am immediately swung back to my youth. Memories of my youth show up. And I am immediately brought back to my childhood bedroom. Second floor, corner of the house, perpendicular windows, cracked open at night, with a faint scent of lilac coming through the breeze, lulling me to sleep. You know, when a child goes to bed, he normally brings a favorite blankie, a stuffed animal, a favorite toy. When I was young, I'd listen to the AM radio, waiting for my favorite song. When they played, I'd sing along, it made me smile. Those were such happy times, yet not so long ago. How I've wondered where they've gone, but they're back again, just like a long lost friend. All the songs I've loved so well, every sha-la-la-la, every whoa-whoa still shines. Every shing-a-ling-a-ling that they started to sing so fine. When they get to the part where he's breaking her heart, it could really make me cry, just like before. It's yesterday once more. La 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 la. Sing a song, sing out loud, sing out strong, sing of good things. So we are back here at Pico Studios, and actually we've been here before. James and I were here in November doing another live stream concert for Coachella Valley Repertory Theater in Palm Springs, where we, I guess, debuted our Shades of Romance 2.0 show that we've been collaborating on. The first version we did was back in November 2019 at the Triad up here in Upper West Side. So the Shades of Romance is sort of like an exploration of the various dances, moods, moves of romance. And let me tell you, there is one shade that never, ever get tired of. I should be dancing, sipping champagne, painting the town red, singing in the rain. I should be the headlines, not yesterday's news. Tonight I'll be romancing the blues. I hope you're happy, wasting my best years. Guess I'll pour me a stiff one, then I'll pour out the tears. I should put on a brave face, but I simply refuse. Tonight I am romancing the blues. You'd think by now that I have learned about love, but the record shows I'm not done well. You'd think by now that I have learned about love. Right now, baby, love can go to hell. Hello, heartache, throw me a parade. Let's have a celebration for the mess that I've made. So here's to the winners from those of us who lose. All of us romancing the blues. Wallowing in the sea of deep dark blues. It's like taking two big spoons and dipping into a huge pint of chocolate ice cream. Hello, heartache, throw me a parade. Let's have a celebration from the mess that I've made. So here's to the winners from those of us who lose. All of us romancing the blues. Tonight I'll be romancing the blues.
Tim.
Hey, Scott.
So toggle that little switch.
Oh, right. Hold on. The mic.
Yeah.
Yes. Here we are.
Thank you so much. Thanks for joining us tonight.
Thank you for having me. It's fun.
Who do you have there behind you again?
Behind me is James Followell.
Not an unfamiliar person in our community, by the way. How you doing, James?
I'm good. How are you?
Pleasure to have you. A pleasure to hear you both. And welcome back to Piano Bar Live. It's been a while.
Yeah.
I know that you've been keeping busy.
Yeah.
And I wanted to ask you, so do you have anything coming up virtually, or are you working on something live at this time that you want to let everybody know about?
Right. So we're actually, I said Shades of Romance 2.0. We're sort of now looking at a Shades of Romance 3.0. So we did a live version at the Triad. Then we kind of revamped it at Titch and did it for CV Rep live stream. So the next iteration, I'm sort of looking at doing live when we can in the next couple of months, fingers crossed. A 3.0, we've switched out some numbers, adding a little different this and that, and switching around to the patchwork of the show. But
excellent.
Jimmy and I have been pretty much friends for over 30-some years, and we've been collaborating musically more or less consistently for about 7 years. So we sort of have this history, I should say.
Excellent. And so as soon as that's all set up and announced, the dates and stuff, please let us know.
I will, absolutely.
So that we can spread the word. We're going to go back. We're going to let you go off to whatever you guys are going to planning on for the rest of the evening. I don't know whether you're working on the show tonight or not, but keep up the great work.
Thank you.
And much appreciated by the world, as you know. The music is what's making it all happen.
Absolutely.
Keeping everybody happy. So, and we're almost there. So have a great night, Tim.
Thank you. Take care. Peace out, peeps. Thank you for having us.
Bye, Jim.
Take care.
Tony, can you bring on Elena Bennett?
Hello. What a pleasure that was.
It's nice, right? And I don't know whether you'd known, well, I guess you know James from...
I know James a bit, yes.
Yeah,
but for many, many years.
Like this kind of thing we would do. You'd be like, oh, I just saw a show over at the Duplex, and you should go see it. So we're meeting new people here on Piano Bar Live.
And one of the big, most valuable assets about piano bars were that people doing cabaret shows would come in, do a few numbers at the piano bar to advertise their show. So they do, 88's, Duplex, Rose's Turn, Five Oaks, Mama's in Midtown, Brandy's Uptown, and get a bit of exposure that way and get an audience to come and see their shows wherever they were doing them.
Yep, they would go. Everybody would travel around and work the circuit.
Yep.
And do a number or two wherever they were. So, and then you could mention. And I'm hoping that people get back to that.
Me too.
Not something that happens very often now, but it's definitely a great way of it's cross-pollination is what
right.
it is.
A good way to put it.
So one of the other great things that came out of all of these collaborations and all this work was an amazing CD, A Wrinkle in Swing Time. Now I'm going to ask Tony to bring that cover of that CD on for us.
Okay.
There it is. And it is truly one of the best CDs I have ever heard, and I've heard a lot of CDs. Done by you and Fred Barton, put together magnificently. So we are going to go and take a moment, and we're going to go into the back area of how that actually came about with this next video. So, Tony, you want to bring that video on, and that's going to give folks a little bit of the behind the scenes.
Great.
2, tick-tock. Now you wait and see. No one's going to play it on this. All right. A 1.
I'm not even going to sing.
A 1, 2, 1, 2, 3.
She left 29 broken hearts,
broken in 29 parts. Now there are 29 fellas complaining to their moms about the lady from 29 Palms. She's got 29 Cadillacs, 29 Sabres.
The second beat. And bar 15, play nothing after the first beat.
Take two.
A 1, 2, a 1, 2, 3.
She left 29 broken hearts, broken in 29 parts. Now there are 29 fellas complaining to their moms about the lady from 29 Palms. She's got 29 Cadillacs, 29 Sables from Saks. They came from 29 fellas who never had their arms around the lady from 29 Palms. She is a yippee dolly, a new kind of gal of the West. Yippee, by golly. Whatever she does the best. She's got 29 diamond rings. She got 'em without any strings. She is a dynamite dreamboat, a load of atom bombs. She's a lady from 29 Palms. That no one can break. And yippee, by golly, she never gives, but she sure can take. She rides 29 trails to bliss, knows 29 ways how to kiss. She is a gal that you dream of. You'd love to have your arms around the lady from 29 Palms. She's a yippee, dolly, a wildcat that no one can tame. And yippee, my golly, she'll take your money, but not your name. She left 29 broken hearts, broken in 29 parts. Now there are 29 fellas complaining to their moms. 29 fellas who never had their arms around the dynamite dreamboat, the load of atom bombs. She's the lady, the lady, the lady from 29 Palms. The lady from 29 Palms.
Just choked a little.
Yes, it was good. We'll keep it. We'll use it. Let's just play the last 4 bars again. Yeah, do the whole last 4 bars.
There you guys were in the studio, man.
Good stuff. That was absolutely amazing experience, and I could not be happier to have produced that and done, had Fred do these brilliant arrangements, and Mel Rodnan was the contractor who found us all those incredible musicians that are just really some of the best in the world. And Robert Risco, who did the cover art, who does all the Vanity Fair caricatures and is in general just a great guy, decided to come visit and videotape it. That was his idea completely. He was like, "Do you mind if I videotape it?" I was like, "Oh, well, whatever." And now I'm just so deliriously happy and grateful that he thought to do that, because I hadn't thought of it.
Yeah, great. It was really an amazing clip because it really shows what happens, and it compressed it, so it was tight. And we're going to bring the maestro Fred Barton back on.
Wonderful.
Hi there.
There you are, maestro.
Oh, I remember that morning as if it were this morning. And what that, Scott, just so you know, what that video, I clipped the front of it off because there are about 6 bum takes, right? You know, because it was first thing in the morning. And every one of them were Broadway musicians who probably played their show the night before and all of that. I've since learned over the years, like now sometimes when I'm doing an orchestra band session like that, I'll rehearse and play the first tune, as you saw, and then not record it. Or record it, but not planning to use it, because by the time you've done 2 or 3 tunes, the band is really happening. And only on their last take did they really start to play together, get into it. And they're some of the top Broadway musicians you saw there. Bob Milliken on first trumpet was the first trumpeter of a chorus line for the 15 years or whatever, and one of the top in town. And what was his? Jim Pugh, I was going to mention on the bass trombone, one of the top trombonists and bass trombonists. And I didn't know as much about the bass trombone then as I know now. And now I know how hard that solo was to play. It's really hard. Aced it every time.
You guys get kudos for doing something like that early in the day. As most of us
you have to, there's a union rule that you can only do 3 songs per session, and a session is 3 hours. So typically you'll do 3 hours in the morning, 3 hours in the afternoon, and that's what we did on 2 separate days.
Right.
Yeah, I would venture to say that most of the people here tonight, including probably the people that are on the thread, are night owls, late night people, people that like to go out. We're going to bring on another one of those people that we would have probably gone to that night afterwards to share for some cocktails and some just chilling out time. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Elaine Brier.
Elaine. Hi guys. Hi. That's still one of my. I love listening to that album. I have it. It's like one of the few that I actually like bother to upload to like my computer. I love everything about that album. I love.
It is incredible.
The cover. I love the title. I love the arrangements.
Well, thank you, Elaine. It's great. Praise from the highest.
Indeed.
And it was such a nice throwback too to that period, the swing music.
Well, you know that where we were recording that room you just saw was the Edison Studios, which has been destroyed. It was on the 2nd or 3rd floor of the Edison Hotel.
Second
floor, and it used to be. There's the big ballroom, the huge. This was a smaller ballroom where the name bands, the Basie and the Ellington, all the name bands used to play. Yeah, and over the decades, it was turned into that recording.
Turned it into the National Recording Studio, yeah. Then you mentioned Gary Chester in our little chat here. He
was our engineer. You buy the room, you buy the seating, you buy the engineer, and he went on. First of all, he's the best in town. I think you could hear. And he moved on, and he's mixing the top Hollywood movies. He's in Hollywood. He's big time.
He's located. He's got a new studio, I think, in Czechoslovakia or something.
Really? Mm-hmm. My home country, my ancestral country.
Some damn good musicians there.
Yeah, there are.
After the recording sessions, after everything, we had our places that we could go. Elaine worked in all of them.
I remember you.
Well, the funny thing is that Elaine and I actually go way back. We met when we were, I think I was 8 and you were 7, or 8 and 9.
Yeah.
And it turns out that our fathers are very, very good friends. And to this day, her father is Dr. Bob Brier, a very famous Egyptologist. We see him on television all the time, also a swell guy. And my father, Dr. Michael Bennett, but they're both runners, and that's how they met. And then they went to Egypt together and did also.
In 25 years, that's the first time I ever heard that you knew each other.
Yeah, it was funny because when I started singing in the piano bars, my dad said, Mike Bennett's daughter, Elena Bennett, she does that. And I was like, yeah, whatever. And like, we hadn't seen each other. I think we met like twice when we were younger, but we knew each other's dads. And then one day I went to the duplex and I see this amazing woman go up and sing, and like we're chatting at the bar, and she tells me she just got headshots done. And I'm like, oh, let me see. And she shows it me and it says Elena Bennett. And I'm like, you're Mike Bennett's daughter. And she's like,
And I said,
motherfucker, yeah.
That goes into the It's a Small World folder. For sure.
Elaine, I remember you most from Rose's Turn, but I know you're the last time I saw you was just recently, like right before the pandemic, at Don't Tell Mama.
Yeah.
And they're reopening soon, right?
Yeah, a week from Thursday.
One
Yeah,
of
I think we've been closed
a handful, under 5, there are like 3 or 4 places that are beginning to open up again. And I hope you get to sing there again real soon.
I hope so too. I've missed it. It's really been hard. I don't even know who I am anymore. I'm like, I'm just kind of like going through emotions. Like,
I've told you
in my life, right?
Total loss of identity over this year.
Yeah.
You know, someone asked me to record a song. I did it for theater, whatever that theater site is, and Sandy Durrell's theater site. And I sat at the piano. I thought, I don't even know how to play this goddamn thing. I mean, I don't know who I am, but I got that pretty quickly. But it's a real identity crisis. And I think everyone will experience it as the world opens up again.
So we're going to get a chance to experience a little bit of something that, if you haven't seen Elaine Brier, this is one of your stuff is all original, and you're incredible.
Semi-original.
Well, you take the tune though to your own place. So
one of the cleverest people on the planet.
So let's get back. Let's sit back and enjoy a little of classic piano bar with the lovely Elaine Brier and Nate Bucheri.
Ladies and gentlemen, this next number requires a costume change. Nate, play some costume change music.
Yes.
You know what I like.
Okay. How about this?
No. Don't play that. Play something else.
Okay. This one.
Yes. That's perfect.
Okay. Great.
Okay, get my wig on. Hope my kids don't hear me singing this song. Okay.
Awesome. Ooh.
Look at you. Right? Not bad.
Wow.
Yeah, I know. Ladies and gentlemen, just a little disclaimer. If you think this wig looks bad, you should smell. Actually, this wig doesn't smell bad. Right? This is a much better wig. Right?
Well,
Did you notice?
I mean, thank God. Is it new? I didn't even know Amazon was delivering. But honestly, I mean, it's not that I don't miss the old wig, but I mean, I was just downwind a bunch of times, and you kind of. Anyway.
Ladies and gentlemen, this next number is a tragedy. It is also a dramatic piece. And in this dramatic piece, Nate Bucheri will be playing the part of my best friend, Melissa.
Excellent. All right. I just want to get into character. Get my gum out here. Okay, I'm ready. All right. Is she really going out with him? Oh my God, there she is. Let's go ask her. Hey buddy, how you doing and stuff? Is that really Jimmy's ring that you're wearing on your finger and stuff? Because I noticed that you were wearing a ring and it looks good and stuff. Is that Jimmy's ring you're wearing?
Yes.
Okay, great. Well, it must be really great riding with him. Is he picking you up after school today?
No.
Oh, well, by the way, where did you meet him?
I met him at the candy store. He turned around and smiled at me. Get the picture?
I get it.
That's when I fell for the leader of the pack. From. My folks were always putting him down. Everybody. Down. Very good. They said he came from the wrong side of town. What do you mean when I say that he came from the wrong side of town? Ooh, they told me that he was bad, but I knew that he was sad. That's when I fell for the leader of the pack. Oh, sorry. Just keep going.
Okay.
One day my dad said, find someone new.
A Jew. a Jew.
I had to tell my Jim we were through with me to say I was a Jew. Ooh, he stood there and asked me why, but all I could do was cry. I'm sorry I hurt you, the leader of the pack. Just skip the next part.
Oh, okay.
He sort of smiled and kissed me goodbye. The tears were starting to show. As I rode away on that rainy night, he begged him to go slow. Go slow. Go slow. Go slow. Go slow. Go slow. Okay, go faster. 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 Oh, wait. Don't come before me. Now get off me. Oh, whether he heard, I'll never know.
No.
I felt so helpless. What could I do?
Sue.
Remembering all the things we've been through. At school they all stop and stare. I can't hide the tears. I don't care. I'll never forget him.
It's leader of the leader. Yeah.
Never heard of him.
Yeah.
The leader of the pack, now he's gone. The leader of the pack, now he's gone. From leader of the pack, now he's gone.
Yay! That's the beautiful Elaine Brier.
That's the wonderful Nate Bucherri. I miss you, Nate.
You know, I miss you, but a confession, I always have your old soiled wig with me at all times to remind me of you. I love you. Mwah. Thanks, everybody.
That's disgusting.
There you go.
Yeah. My
There you
dad wanted me to send him the link for this, and I was like, yeah, okay. And then I didn't send it because
I'm sure I mean, look, aside from that long, well, it's classic. It's what you do.
the timing was very hard for that because we were not like there's a lot of dead space.
Yeah,
so
you covered it. You covered it. So hey, Tony, can you bring Elena back on?
So, you are out of your mind.
Yeah, we have got to Elena. I think, Elena, you've had your both vaxxers yet? Or
Oh, yeah.
Yes. I just had my second one Friday.
All right.
As soon as you're out and about, Elaine, I'm coming in to see you for sure.
We have to see Elaine Brier. She's
By the way, Elaine, my father is watching.
Great.
Elaine Brier, you're one of the people that has been so consistent in the piano bar business and bringing this joy. And, the memories that we have, including the time that I didn't hire you at the duplex.
Scott, you're never going to let go.
I will never. There's a couple of stories that I can never forget. And that was what a big mistake on my part, but it didn't matter. You came through. So listen, I have a quick photo. I'm going to ask Tony to bring on this photo, which has both of you in it, as well as, the wonderful Scott Trout. So this was done. There you go.
Yeah.
And Lauren Echo.
And Lauren Muffson.
Lauren Muffson. Done back in the day.
That's some talent right there.
So we can continue. We're going to continue the show. Elaine, enjoy the rest of the show.
I will.
Hopefully you don't get a call from your dad. Actually, if you want to hang for a moment, we're going to bring Mark Allen on real quick.
Yes, I'm definitely hanging for Mark Allen. Like,
oh, there he is.
Oh my God.
She's a tramp, but I love her. Breaks a new heart
every
day. She's a tramp, but I love her. And I wish that she would travel my way. Hey,
So you
Elaine,
know
I
him.
wish you'd travel my way. How is everybody?
That's my singing Dalmatian right there. Hello,
I can do
darling.
that, but it'll take an hour and a half.
Yeah. How do you know these girls so well, Mark? You must have been out.
Elaine Brier and I worked at Rose's Turn. Maybe the duplex, was it?
No,
Nope, it was the Rose's Turn.
Mark, you and I worked at Rose's Turn together. I had to quit because Rick Panson would not hire me at the duplex if I was still working at Rose's Turn. So I called Elaine, and she came in and started working at Rose's Turn.
But the first time I met you, Elena, was when I was working at 88, and I came down the stairs after my Tuesday night shift in the cabaret, and this chanteuse was singing, and it was all the stuff that I loved. It was 30s, 40s. It was smoky. It was all the band singer stuff. And I said, I have to know this woman. And here we are. Now we're friends.
We're all good friends for sure.
It was awesome.
That's the one thing about Piano Bar, man, is that we all went through it. We worked together. We became friends, and we're still. If we don't talk to each other all the time, when I get the chance to see all of you, it feels like I'm right back there.
And it's true. Like Elaine, you and I don't talk that much, but boy, were you a force to be reckoned with.
So are you.
Well, you know what?
From you.
I hated following you on this show because you aced it. You aced it, honey.
We are all going to eventually get down to Florida on that trip that we're talking about, where we have lunch with at Rochelle's place.
At Rochelle's place, and you can stay with me, and we're all good.
And then you're going to be, from what I gather, you're working on, which I'm very excited about, is some sort of a cabaret festival down in FLA.
We're trying to set up a cabaret fest, kind of what they have up in Provincetown,
right?
But down here in Florida. So when it's cold up there in the north, y'all can come down here, be taken care of, and have a venue, and people will plot.
I think you're right about
Seriously.
that. They definitely. We're going to bring them some old school Piano Bar love. You are mentioning Provincetown. Your partner there, Father Hamblin, is a supporter of the Provincetown Festival, the cabaret.
Yes,
fest.
he does the Hamblin. He sponsors and Jeff, what is it called? Scholarships.
There you go. Which is helping to support the new people that are coming on the scene.
They put me on late in the show. What can I say?
Well, it's all good.
Yes. The Hamblin scholarships. So he has funded that for the last couple of years, and we go up every year except for last year because who could travel? Who would want to? But yeah, that is what we do, and that's where I saw you last, Scott.
Indeed, we were in person there on the ground
2 years ago. Yeah.
So listen, you guys, we have a little bit more of the show. Don't go anywhere. We're going to have a group chat. Interesting that you should talk about following. The next thing happened a little bit later along in the timeline.
Elena, I love you.
Mark Allen, I adore you right back. Huge.
And Elaine.
I love you both.
I love you, Elaine. Thank you
Elaine,
so much for coming on the show. Oh my God, it's like seeing you in person.
I know. No, it's so awesome. Thank you all for being here.
I couldn't be.
Here's a little something with Elena and Fred and the orchestra at the Metropolitan Room, which is a little bit later, maybe about 10, 15 years ago. Maybe? No? How long ago?
10 years ago?
10
years ago?
All right, let's sit back and listen. This is also on the Wrinkle and Swing Time album, but here it is in live performance.
I can pick me some stuff. And appropriately. You're following me wherever I go. You'll always be there, so what do I care? You're following me. When I've got the time, I'll slip you a kiss. I'll keep you around. You'll always be found following me. That's what I following me. Come back, baby. I'll be here right beside. You're following me, but not like before. Though we're far apart, you're still in my heart, following me. You're following me, but not like before. Though we're far apart, you'll stay in my heart, following me. And did I not have two of the handsomest gentlemen following me to introduce that number? Corey Andrew, Gregory General.
That's an unusual song. You'll also find it on the latest CD, Awaken and Swing Time.
One of the best. It's one of the best.
Thank you. Native Fred.
I still have Wrinkle in Swing Time on my iPad. And every once in a while, I get one of those Elena Bennett tunes that comes up, and I'm like, oh my God, how awesome is that? So,
yeah, I think by the way,
I hope you do it like a sequel or a second.
There has always been a sequel in the making. There have been a few. My finances changed dramatically since I produced that. But
I think Ruth Bonnet, by the way,
there's one in the head already.
Let us know what we can do, and we may be able to help.
Ruth Bonnet, who's on the thread, one of the many people on the thread, I think actually just got a copy. So
Hi, Ruth Bonnet.
Everything's better with Ruth Bonnet on it.
Exactly.
Exactly. We have Carl Dunbar is on the thread. There's a whole bunch. Tony, can you bring anybody else that's still left standing back there in the green
Carl
room
Dunbar, I see, and Lois Sage.
Oh, hi, Bobby.
Lois.
Hi, Fred. Terry.
Hi, Elaine. Rochelle, Mark.
Liz.
Hi, everybody.
Oh, my God. Hi.
Yes. Oh, it's Lizzie. Oh my goodness. I'm stalling.
How beautiful.
We all look the same, only old.
And Liz, you mute yourself. Unmute yourself, Liz.
You are sights for sore eyes, for sure.
Hey, folks.
Liz, unmute yourself. You did that for yourself. Down at the bottom below the screen. Click that mute button.
Lizzie, you're muted.
You're muted, Lizzie.
I can't help you. There you go.
I've just started, so what the hell?
Special. Let her go. She's special. Hi, honey.
What a to have all of you here tonight and to be celebrating such a magnificent artist as Elena Bennett.
Yay!
Great feeling.
Look at the geniuses around me. I'm just
You're here.
so great.
We continue. I have a little surprise
lost it,
for
Tom.
you, Elaine. I'm going to have to go full screen, Tony. I know this is going to be crazy. Well, maybe not. But I actually, I have on the thread also tonight, Michael McQuarrie is there. And we all know Michael.
Sure.
I have had him, I've commissioned him to do an original McQuarrie for you. So I'm going to show that to you right now.
Wow. Oh, cool.
That is coming to you. He did that from the
Uh,
artwork.
what a darling.
Oh, well, we didn't expect to see
That's
just
a
me
great
here.
picture of Tony.
I never noticed the resemblance.
Yeah,
But there it is. It was right there.
He even airbrushed the mustache out.
Indeed. Well, Scott's joining us in a second. As you can see, he was having a little... You guys. He's trying to come back, but what a lovely... I think it's great. McQuarrie does great work. Here he is.
We can never go back.
We're going to try to bring him in. Scott, whether you're ready or not, they're ready for you.
I'm trying.
There he is.
Can you
Okay, you were saying
now
some.
again?
We can, and we were saying wonderful things about the McQuarrie. So present again, and we'll give you.
Present
There's
floor.
like a
Okay.
team of horses
I'm sorry, I
back.
got
What have you
lost
got back
for a
there?
moment.
Calvert reindeer?
Let me get that.
Gorgeous. Thank you, Michael.
There you
Beautiful.
go.
He's so good. Such a talent.
All right. And you all find out about Michael. You can find out about Michael on the thread. I'm sure he'll put something up. And he does those for parties. If you want to do those live, he's in Kansas City. And if you want to do those virtually, he can do that kind of a thing as well.
I won't tell you what
Thank you, Michael.
What is
Please, may I? I went to the American
you guys.
Academy of Dramatic Arts with Michael McQuarrie. Just so you know.
Did you?
Only can imagine. Only can imagine. So we have one
It was
more video.
dramatic,
coming up.
but now I'll just say dramatic.
Whatever works.
We have one more video coming up.
Yes.
For and this is an opportunity that I had to invite. I was able to invite several of my friends from the piano bar world to join me at the Triad, and we were doing a benefit for Hearts and Voices. And I had Terry White and Babe Robinson and Eric Michael Gillette, and of course Elena Bennett was with me for this performance. Myself and Elena with the Bevnaps at the Triad. And then, so I'm going to wish all of you a great night. Again, thank you so much for joining. And I'm so, we got work to do when this pandemic is all done. We got to keep bringing the love to everybody.
Absolutely.
We'll see you, Elaine.
I love you,
Brian,
Liz Manners.
Love you, Marky Mark.
Don't
So
tell
good
Mama.
to see you all.
Good to see everyone.
Miss you all so
Rochelle,
much.
talk to me in the future.
I sent you a text.
There we go.
Thank you, Fred.
Text away.
Always a pleasure.
Absolutely.
Miss Gulch will return again.
And you were behind me every step of the way. It was you who booked me at the duplex, and you ran my lights down, and you took such good care of me.
As
Everybody
was
stay
what
connected.
was meant to happen.
Bye,
Absolutely.
Pico, we miss you.
Miss you all. I miss everyone.
Absolutely.
Love you all.
Thank you all for coming on. Thank
Say
you.
goodbye.
Thanks for asking.
Enjoy the rest
Love
of the
you,
night,
Elena.
everybody. And
Will do,
see
Scott.
you all
Thank
soon.
you. And Tony, love you too.
Thanks,
Back
Tony.
at you, all
Thanks,
of you.
guys.
Thank you for a great evening. And check out this
I couldn't do
video.
it without. I couldn't do it without Tony.
You
Bring
might
it
be
out,
right.
Tony.
But you know what? Here's a great video. Here's something that Scott could do
Okay.
completely without me.
My boy. Bill, Jonathan, Michael, and another Jonathan. Oh, look, see, I told you he wore red.
We're just trying to break Elena out of her shell.
We didn't say anything about drinking anything red.
No. Like that makes a difference to Scott.
What you gonna do with that?
I haven't had this much fun since we did that show down in the village in June at Rose's Turn.
Show was that?
My show with the Bevnaps. You were in it.
When was it?
That was on your birthday.
Oh,
You don't
well, we need to say no more about why I don't remember.
Remember that little number that we did in the show?
No, but I'll follow you.
Boys?
We'll follow you too.
That'd be another song cue.
Oh, it's an affectionate number.
Well, now it takes more than a robin to make the winter go. It'll take two lips of fire to melt away the snow.
And it takes two hearts of cooking to make a fire grow.
Turn up the gas.
And baby, you got what it takes.
Yeah. You know it takes a lot of kissing.
Kissing.
To make a romance sweet. And it takes a whole lot of loving to make my life complete.
Well, now it takes a lot of woman.
There's plenty of me, honey.
To knock me off my feet.
Watch where you fall.
And baby,
yeah,
you've got what it takes.
Oh, you just saying that. Let's do that fun part in a minute.
You know you've got just what it takes because it takes more than an effort.
Oh, I keep trying though.
To stay away from you. It'll take more than a lifetime to prove that I'll be true.
Honey, it takes somebody mighty special.
Thank you, baby.
To make me say I do.
I do too.
And let me tell you, baby, you got what it takes.
I love that.
Let's do that yummy part again. I said,
You know you've got just what it takes because it takes
more. You in my spot again,
sorry.
Daddy. Always
I love this spot.
To stay away from you.
It'll take more than a lifetime to prove that I'll be
that
true.
Was you, now it's me.
And it takes somebody awful special.
Just like me.
To make me say I
I do too.
And baby, you got what it takes.
Let's do it together now.
Okay.
Oh, baby, you got what it takes.
Now you do it all by yourself.
All by
Bring it home.
myself? Baby,
where can you go?
You've got what it I think I have to fix something now. Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, Elena Bennett.
Thank you all.
Thank you, my dear.
There you go.
There you go. That was quite a trip.
Tony, we made it all the way through. Just a
We
couple
did,
of-
but my question, yeah.
Go ahead. What's your question?
No, I was just going to ask if you fixed your thing. At the end of that, it sounded like you broke something. But I was wondering if you fixed it.
All I could tell folks out there is please help us. And the way you can do that is I need some new equipment over here. And I can't really, honestly, between you and me, I need a little bit of that piano bar, tip jar love So if you would, and you get
for the whole operation.
Yeah, if you're enjoying what we do, please support us by, you would never think of leaving a piano bar without dropping something in the bowl. So please help us out. Next week's show, but before I do that, I want to just let everybody know we had a message today from Carolyn Wenner, who's a great friend of ours here at Piano Bar Live. And apparently Broadway World is putting together a show that they're doing an interview show, and it's out in the central area of the United States. Carolyn's out in Milwaukee and Chicago. And it's going to be hosted by Wydetta Carter. And Carolyn is going to be one of her guests this Sunday at 6 p.m. That's Central Time on YouTube and Facebook. And our friends at Broadway World have been doing such incredible work supporting all of us. So Stephen Mosier there. Thank you.
Thank you. And I dropped the information in the chat for you to, with a clickable link for you to get more information.
Excellent.
With his first ever cabaret beat.
Excellent.
Good luck, Carolyn. It's going to be great.
For those of us that remember the original Cabaret Beat, that would have been Bradshaw Smith's show that he did he was one of the first to bring live video of the performances on Broadway and in Cabaret to actually through on TV, not even before the internet, through cable. Next week, don't be here next week. We are taking a trip. We're going on one of our virtual trips, and we're going to be visiting our friends out on the West Coast. We're going to be going to the Alley. We're going to be going to Martuni's, and we may take a stop, just a short little trip down to LA. I haven't figured it all out yet, but it should be one of those fun shows where we get to meet some new people and support some piano bar action that's happening around the world.
It's everywhere. Piano bar. It's a movement. It's been a movement and it continues to be a movement.
It needs to be. So Tony, have a great night.
Thank you.
Thank you I couldn't do it without you, my friend.
Back at you. Thanks for taking me on the ride. So with that, everybody, be sure to join us for
see if I can find there it is. Bye everybody.
Be sure to join us next week. It'll be a great time. And until then, stay safe and have a really great week, everyone. Bye.
Thanks.